could never be who I really was.
I felt so out of place.
There was more
I
gossip.
would hear the whispers.
He called me fag. He called me horrible
The
things.
last thing you wanted anybody to find out was that you were gay.
My mother always used to say, "Do you even like girls?"
And, you know, you just don't know anything is unusual that society might think it's odd until at some point on the playground you learn what the word fag is.
I'd never been called that before. And I went back to my dorm room and just sobbed my eyes out.
I remember kids chanting, Ray is gay, he takes ballet.
When I first realized that I was gay, it really sort of scared me because I was always told that, you know, you're going to hell or you're going to have an unhappy life or you'll be persecuted by people or outcast from society and that type of thing.
I was always a tomboy. I climbed fences, I played with the boys, I played stoop ball.
I didn't get along very well with most of the guys since they were predominantly jocks, very macho, and that just wasn't me.
I had a really difficult internal life in that I was different and I didn't really particularly understand why.
I always felt like an outsider kind of looking in.
Those parts of myself that were different were to be hidden away, to be denied, and to be ashamed of.
Whether I was physically teased or emotionally teased or people would call me names, I just kept showing up.
There was a group of 5 or 6 kids that decided that they wanted to make that year hellish for me.
Definitely suicidal, sadly, throughout my life, thinking that maybe my family and my kids would be better without this confused person in their lives.
I did not want to live. I didn't enjoy my life. I was living for other people. I didn't feel as though I was experiencing my life.
There were times when I felt so small, so low, so insignificant that ending my life seemed like a better choice.
As bad as it seemed at that time, there was a little voice inside of my head that actually said that, you know, it won't always be like this.
And at that point, I just realized that I had to do something different.
My mother cried a little. My father was a little taken aback. And afterwards they said, "Why didn't you tell us sooner? We love you."
My mother was very understanding. My brothers, not so much.
My lowest point was probably right after I came out to my mom.
She did not take the news very well, and for the better part of a year, we barely spoke.
And even though she told me that she loved me and that would never change, she said that she couldn't understand it or accept it, and that crushed me.
Parents and family sometimes they just need to come to terms with things in their own time. And for a long time, I didn't get that.
No one rejected me right away, and they didn't cut me off financially like I thought would happen.
I was a little embarrassed, and I didn't want to let them down, and it really freaked me out, but it all worked out in the end. I mean, I'm me.
My mom watches a lot of Spanish TV and a lot of talk shows. And the only gay men you see on Spanish TV are these cross-dressing, ultra flamboyant, loud characters.
And I remember my mum saying, "What's wrong, Katie? What? Just spit it out." And I told them, I said, you know, I've been in this relationship with this woman and I'm really in love with her and I'm gay and I just want to let you know that I'm gay. And my dad said, "Oh, we know."
Once I accepted how I felt, then for me, that opened the door. I'm out at work, everybody knows that, but it's not a big deal.
I'm more than just gay. Hopefully I'm a good friend. I'm a good pet owner. I'm a Kentucky basketball fan. You know, I'm a lot of different things.
I'm also an artist, and I'm a creative, and I'm a brother, I'm a son, you know, I'm a lover. I'm gay.
And if you have the courage to accept who you are, that's the first step. And, you know, you might lose friends, but they're not your friends anyway.
You don't have to pretend to be anyone else. Just be you.
Your life will not be defined by who you are now, but by who you will become.
Life does not end in high school. It might start in high school.
Teenage years stink. Just be honest with it. They really suck. But you're going to get out of it.
It's tough when you're going through it and it seems like the biggest thing in your life,
and then you realize there's so much more.
If you let people make you feel like you're going to be a disappointment, you'll miss out on the opportunity to go on that journey, and it's worth it.
There's so many good things I would have missed out on had I gone through all the things I was thinking of at that time just to end that pain.
And so if you are having trouble and you can't come out to your parents, or you don't even know what coming out means, go find somebody in your school, find a counselor, find a teacher, find any adult who you really feel safe with, and talk to that person.
As a child, I dreamt about how I would be as an adult, and I wanted to have a relationship, I wanted to have kids, and at the time it seemed like such a fantasy, but it's not a fantasy anymore.
I've been happily married for many years now. In fact, my partner and I just celebrated our 28th anniversary.
I have a partner. We've been together for 10 years. We have a 5-year-old son.
There are lots of different ways of forming family, and there's lots of different ways of being happy.
We're going to celebrate our 24th anniversary in October, and it is the best thing that ever happened to me, bar none, except for parenthood.
Everyone deserves to be respected for who they are.
Who they are.
I pledged
to
spread this message
to my friends,
family,
and neighbors. I'll speak up
against hate and intolerance
wherever I see it, at school and at work.
I'll provide hope
For lesbian,
gay,
bi,
trans,
and other bullied teens.
By letting them know
that it gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
It gets better.